Photography and travel. The two of those seem to be pretty synonymous. Uh, you constantly hear the whole adage of if you want to get better photos, then spend your money on travel. Do not spend your money on more gear. Just step outside of your four walls, get out there, travel, go to new locations that will inspire creativity and things like that. Now, travel, for the most part, as well as street photography, do have one thing in common. It is inherently boring. There is literally nothing that's actually exciting about travel itself. The excitement comes from the start and the excitement comes at the end. Similarly with street photography, there's nothing inherently exciting about it. You're taking images of very boring things that, it's just people's day-to-day lives. They're just walking on their way to work, on their way to the store. It's very, very simplistic things. Now, I say this with the utmost of respect. I am not taking away from the masters of street photography, people such as Henri Cartier-Bresson, Vivian Meyer, Lars Tunbjork, hope I pronounced that correctly. There's Saul Leiter, or Leiter, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. There's, Venerable Gordon Parks, Fan Ho, Tony Ray Jones, all absolutely excellent street photographers who mastered that craft. Helen Levitt, and the list goes on and on and on. Now, with all of that being said, in regards to street photography, one of the major advantages of it is you don't actually have to travel. I mean, unless you live out in the wilderness and there's absolutely no one and nothing around you, or you live in a very secluded area where your next neighbor is miles away from where you reside. But as you can see in this footage that I've, that I shot, there's really nothing all that exciting about traveling. So in regards to nailing street photography, it's not the traveling that you should really focus on in order to get a better image. What you need to do is actually look at the context of what you're shooting. Now, you could go to the big hustle and bustle of the big city to get more opportunity to capture some unique images in regards to street photography. You have the tall buildings, you've got a plethora of people just running around, doing their thing, going to work, coming out of work, heading to the subway, heading for a bus. You just have so many people just because of the condensed population in that area. So it does provide a lot of opportunity. However, you don't absolutely need to go to the large city in order to do street photography. Here are a bunch of images that I shot at our local small town's Maple Fest that they put on every single year. And these, I wanted to kind of capture slight unique things, like single out one person doing something different from everyone else. If there was a dog, the dog's in a certain pose and it's framed a certain way, capture that kind of thing. A lot of it I did shoot straight from the hip in regards to just using the touchscreen on the back of the K-3 Mark III. And this, I wanted to provide this video content in regards to not necessarily needing to travel far if you're going to be getting started in street photography. Opportunities are everywhere. You just really need to open your eyes and spot those opportunities. With that said, let's take a look at these images and I will explain exactly what I was trying to go for with each one that I attempted to shoot. Now, this first image here, I didn't realize the camera was actually in motion bracketing mode, so it fired off 3 sequential shots, and I was like, what is going on here? So always pay attention to the settings that you currently do have. I just wanted to get these people that were in the center, just because the way they were posed looked a little different. And this lady on the right side, I wanted to get her. And this one was more for the balloon area. Focus slightly missed. And this one here, the gentleman in the hoodie and the lady behind him walking in a different direction than everyone else waiting in line. This lady here making a beeline straight towards me, I thought was an interesting capture. And these were just some birdhouses that I thought were interesting. I just wanted to frame that pretty much in the center. In this one here, this younger girl just looking directly at me. I always like getting those types of shots. And this one, I just happened to see this dog kind of looking around. Thought it was an interesting shot to get, something a little different. And here I just happened to turn around and there was the police. So nice prominent police on the back there. And this one here, the owner and the dog facing the same way, framed right between the pillars, holding up the booth, I thought was great. So at the end of the day, the great thing about street photography, although at the surface it is very boring, because that is essentially what you're capturing. However, you can pinpoint specific elements of interest within the boring and mundane, which makes for a more inviting image to have people think and wonder. For example, you're taking a picture of someone just coming across towards the camera. Once you capture that specific moment in time, even though everything that was happening at that moment is really boring and there's really nothing much to talk about, once you capture that split second of time, it starts to invoke questions of I wonder, where are they off to? What is their story? What are they all about? It becomes a visual sensation. So if you are new to street photography or you've been thinking about doing street photography, it is a great genre to explore. And one of the other major advantages is the fact that you don't technically have to travel very far in order to get really good street photos. Just some patience. If it's not a very busy area, you just need some patience and capture moments as you see them happening. And as you get further along in your street photography, you can start to depict specific things that you're looking for in regards to the imagery. So there you have it. That is my thoughts on street photography. I do enjoy it. And in case you're wondering, I was not using the black and white custom image mode that I have set on the K3 Mark III because I wanted to show both the color and the black and white conversion. I was using DxO. I set my own tone for the black and white conversions. I called it Streetsville. I think I overrode their original one, made a few tweaks to it just for my own taste. And yeah, those were the results. So if you like the video, leave a like. If you have not already, please do subscribe. Always helps out. And if you want to support the channel, that info is down at the bottom of the description. If you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave them down below. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.